Hello and welcome back, I'm Sean, and today we're checking out Edifier's latest gaming-inspired desktop speaker, the QR30, and to see if this speaker will give you the power and performance that you need. So let's check it out. So the first thing that I love about this speaker is the sound quality that you get with them. For a simple, small 30-watt speaker, this actually sounds really good with very nice dynamics and sound signature. And I also like the power and volume you get here, giving you power to cover a good sized room as well as a fairly large living room. You also get convenience in playback such as Bluetooth 5.4 support, although it's just SBC codec, but a speaker like that with Bluetooth support is an awesome feature, and I remember back in the days when my Kento speaker that I needed to buy a separate Bluetooth dongle for it. On top of Bluetooth, you also get USB and auxiliary input, giving you additional flexibility to hook up your devices, turntables, or any other speakers or any other players to your speakers. So there are also some things that could be better, and the first thing is that there isn't any subwoofer out port at the back of the speaker. Not really a big deal for most people, but it'll be a good feature to have for that flexibility to upgrade in the future. Secondly, I wish that there is a headphone jack at the front of the speaker so it's easy to connect the headphones for nighttime use. And I also wish that the speaker uses detachable speaker cables, probably to keep costs down, but I wish that this speaker cable is the same on both sides so that you don't need to buy a new speaker if it spoils, although very unlikely unless you step on them and pull the cable out. Finally, in terms of the sound quality, although they sound really good, I wish that the highs could be a little bit sharper and brighter, which will make it a very good all-rounder speaker. With that said, the Edifier QR30 comes in at a price of $129 or about 499 ringgit, but Edifier does have sales going on from time to time, so definitely check out the links below for their latest pricing. And if you find value in what you hear and like what you see, do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so the YouTube algorithm can pick this up. And if you want to buy this speaker, do check out my links below. So sound quality on this speaker is really surprising, and if I'm honest, when I first saw this launch, knowing it didn't come with a sub out, I was a little skeptical, but after putting it to the test, I'm pleasantly surprised. The QR30 is meant to be simple, no fuss 2.0 system for your desktop, and at that, it does a damn good job. First, it's the power, and although it's only at 30 watts, it's got plenty of power for your desktop needs. Bass-wise, you're getting good audible sub-bass, nothing too deep, but it does a good job at generating the sub-bass in doing it right by Daft Punk, and it manages 3 out of 4 of the sub-bass accurately. The only thing I wish is that it could be deeper. Mid-bass here could be stronger in my opinion, and depending on where it falls in the frequency range, some mid-bass may not render deeply, but overall for a 2.0 system, it's quite impressive. Also, depending on how you tune the mid vocals, the vocals for me is tuned to be a little bit more recessed, which gives a nice warm signature, not overly bright, but also careful to not make it too muffled by dragging it too down in the EQ. Overall, a very good mid-range performance. Highs here is decent, I wouldn't say it's very good, definitely could be sharper considering that it's got a dedicated tweeters. It does a good job with instrument separation, but I wish it could be a little bit brighter, even when I push the highs to maximum in the EQ. Don't get me wrong, it's still very good and clean highs without any audible distortion. I just wish that it could be a little bit brighter.
Oh, deep once again, my heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore, feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me, been waiting for the light. Won't say goodbye, won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, give me life. The ghost of me, the ghost of me.
So the QR30 is like the little brother of the Edifier QR65, which is the decked out version of this genre of speakers, and the design language of both of these speakers are very similar. So the only difference that you get here is the different power outputs as well as the different inputs and outputs. So at the front, you're getting a beautiful plastic front, where the most prominent feature is the infinity LED feature, and in front of it you also get a 2.75-inch long throw mid-bass driver, as well as a 0.75-inch silk dome tweeter that powers the entire speaker with a maximum of 30 watts RMS power output. And at the back of the left speaker, you get a bass reflex port as well as a wire that connects directly to the right speaker, which makes it less flexible because it's not interchangeable. And on the right side, you're going to get your input for your left speaker to plug into, and below that is also your power input port. You also get 3 different types of input here, including Bluetooth, as well as a USB-A, as well as an auxiliary in input. On the right of the speaker, you also get some controls where you can control the inputs, the volume, as well as the lighting effects. So this speaker is also very light, coming in at 3.09 kg per pair. Volume-wise, you're going to get a comfortable listening volume at around 50%, which is also good since you get to listen to this speaker at really soft volumes. But moving upwards of 80% volume is loud for a desktop consumption basis, and I would say that it covers an entire 1000 square feet home with no problems, and the power from 80% to 100% volume is also pretty substantial, so you're going to get a lot of power with no problems despite its 30 watts power output rating. So the Edifier Connex app is quite simple to use. This isn't a speaker that is very complicated to use with very basic features. At the homepage, you're going to get your new Edifier speaker, and below that you also get selection for your input sources, which includes Bluetooth, USB, as well as aux in. After that, you're also going to get to adjust your EQs, where you get 3 different presets as well as a 6-band EQ to control from. Moving on, you're also going to get controls for your lighting effects, where you can adjust how you want your lighting effects to look like, and finally are some media controls. Also, if you have a new firmware, the app will push it to your speaker to update it. Overall, I love this speaker unit. I didn't expect too much from it when I saw it, but it has good audio, beautiful design, great flexible inputs with good price to go with it as well. So what do you think about this speaker? Would you get them? If you also want to check out my review of the QR30, definitely click right over here. And if you want to check out a studio monitor, the MR3 right over here is also worth checking out. So I'll see you over at those videos.